today, guys. I got a bunch of crazy shit now. I feel like shit. I'm sick. Oh yeah, I do have custards, guys. Guys, on the left. If I had them all. Yeah. Give the birds some more custards. Somebody's been tearing up my bag, my tarp over here again. Custards are poisonous. Oh my God. They're turning to powder. Yeah, my legs are itching from something. I don't know. They were not itching before. I feel like shitting myself. So, you might have to go down to the Strand. Now let's go down to the Strand. We got to charge anyway. Both of the phones are draining, so there's something wrong. I gotta look at like I said, HD map, dress room. Figure out why it's draining. Because the app-ups are okay. Yeah, This thing is just draining like a rock. I don't understand why. I mean, we have 15%, now it's 5%. This Wi-Fi, fucking Apple Wi-Fi, is terrible. Yeah, it's just draining a lot. And it's always in the lower percentage. We gotta look into it to find out why. Like I said, HD map is not running, terrestrial is not running. The themes, interesting. The themes are interesting. Then I gotta look into the themes as well, and maybe settings intelligence. But at the moment, we don't know why it's draining. We gotta look at the overlays as well again, because I know that's causing my drain sometimes. So we gotta run that script again for the overlays, and I need to combine them. Since we have the S22 running right now, we can combine them with the overlays from the S22 because they have some. The S22 has some additional ones that we can look at. That's what's going on right now. There's going to be some charging down here. Got the Amazon delivery to fix the A52 coming. Like I said, I kind of want to keep the phone waterproof. Hasn't been very useful so far. But I do kind of want to keep it waterproof. Last night I was talking about this fake theory that they came up with in the last 30 years of the continent of Pangea, a supercontinent, and everything split, all the 7 continents split off, magically pushed away. I mean, it's amazing, the dog shit, you know. It's amazing what kind of dog shit they keep inventing, you know, about space or what this place is, on and on. But Pangea, Pangea stuff is, I would say, something more recent, you know. Definitely something more recent that they came up with, and I mean, like I said, to move a continent, if you consider the weight of a continent, plus you have oceans that also need to move out of the way to push a landmass in a certain direction. And, I mean, it's, you know, they're still connected. These continents are still connected by fault lines, and you got to push against the fault lines and the other continents as well. Nothing is moving. Nothing ever moved. It was always the same. Now, to say that a unified continent somehow split off into 7 pieces, that's even more insane. To say that somehow, because I mean, you know, most landmass, let's say you take a piece of clay or a piece of dirt that has clay in it or any kind of binding agent, shit, you know, shit, foliage, any kind of, I mean, usually dirt does this regardless, especially if it's wet dirt or if it's mud. Let's say you have mud or clay and rock and sand together, right? And this is the continent of Pangaea. Why the hell would that separate into 7 pieces? This guy is, whoever came up with this is, you know, quite the storyteller, you know, for sure, quite the storyteller. But, you know, even if it's in water, let's say you have clay, mud, sand, and rock, and you turn it into a thick, flat piece of dirt. You mold it into a flat, thick piece of dirt, and you set it down in water. It's going to stay together, you know. It's not, you know, it's going to stay together and eventually probably dry off on the surface and continue staying together. Now, it's going to dry off on the surface. If you do this, you can do this yourself. And, you know, if it dries off on the surface, it's probably going to stay together for a long time. Probably indefinitely. But to say that some kind of supercontinent split off into 7 pieces, my God, man, you guys have an imagination for sure. One can only wonder where they get these ideas from. Yeah? Insanity, absolute insanity, to even suggest it. Like I said, if you have clay, mud, rock and sand and whatever else together, if that shit dries, it turns into a construction material. Yeah, if you have clay, mud, rock and sand together, if it dries in the sun, it'll turn into brick that you can use for construction. Why would that split into 7 pieces? No, it doesn't, man. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. You know, the fella's crazy. They're fucking, you know. And like I said, this is something that they tell you in geology class. They teach this in university and colleges. Yeah. And with astrology and going to the moon or Mars is based on the assumption that they're made up of dirt. Because they look like dirt, it must mean that you can land on that, you know? Probably not. Probably not. You cannot land on that. But like I said, that's just, you know, it's That's just one. What if they were made up of? What if they look like Saturn? Would you still want to go up there? Probably not, because you can't land. If you have, I mean, not Saturn, Jupiter. If you have a fucking Saturn too has the same thing. Some kind of spinning storm or something. That's what they call it. It's if you have that kind of violent storm going on, you're definitely not going to land with a rocket on it. Yeah, if you're saying that Saturn and Jupiter has some kind of storm going on, what if the Moon and Mars had the same thing? They could. I mean, it can be anything, right? The reflection can be anything. Would you still want to land on it? But like I said, they want to land on it because it looks like dirt. They even tell you that the Moon and Mars had water and it evaporated. Well, yeah, they would have, because they had to reflect light from the black sun, and now they don't have any reflective liquid. The Moon boiled. Mars looks like it got fried pretty good. It didn't boil though, but it definitely evaporated. I'm guessing, the reflective liquid, I guess, can be water or maybe even mercury, right? In these chalices, they might have water or mercury at the edge of the world, and that's how you get the reflection. So yeah, it does look like some kind of liquid evaporated on the Moon, which is why it's not reflective anymore. And Mars is in the same spot. The other ones kind of froze. They do look frozen. So I'm guessing there's some kind of water liquid, some kind of mixture, or oil liquid, maybe even mercury that froze. At what temperature does mercury freeze anyway? I don't even know. So they do tell you this, like, oh, Mars had water, it evaporated. Yeah, it did, because it's supposed to reflect light. It's supposed to be a sun that's reflecting light from the black sun, and it's not doing that anymore because it doesn't have any cooling liquid. And that's the same thing happened to the Moon, except it looks like it was boiling for a while. It's got boiling marks on it. The Moon looks like it had been boiling for a while before the chalice burst open. Who knows? Anyway, but they do tell you this. Oh, some of them had water and stuff. Yeah, it's supposed to have some kind of reflective liquid to reflect light. And it's been evaporated. Yeah, it's very warm today. I'm sweating. Been eating crap. I ate a lot of crap last night. I ate that cheese sandwich. Ooh, that cheese sandwich was not very good. Nearly vomited in my mouth. That cheese sandwich was nasty shit. You gotta understand the 8, well, is it 8 or 9? These 9 planets that are suns, someone thought this through before they turned them off. This bright heifer fuck thought it through, understand? They said, We'll make it look like some of them got storms. We'll make it look like some of them are dried up. We'll make it look like some of them are scarred. We'll make it look like they have a North Pole and a South Pole and stuff like that, just to deceive you into thinking that they're planets. And they froze some of them. They actually froze some of them. Someone actually thought this through. It's not random. You understand? What you're seeing up there is definitely not random. Someone thought it through and planned it out on what it's supposed to look like to convince you that they're planets. Understand? The deceptive fucking prick, for sure. We're gonna find out who it is eventually. But definitely a very, very subversive motherfucker, for sure. Yeah, whoever did that. Definitely not any friend of any Nephilim. Yeah, definitely not the friend of any Nephilim that we know of. You understand? That it shows intent, malice, to deceive and to lie. You understand? That's what when you're looking up there, that's what you're seeing. The intent, absolute intent to lie and deceive.